wrap up. It's the Mall wrap up. Happy Friday, SDS. Feel good Friday. Though it feels more like a what the WTF Wednesday. I almost said the whole thing. At least yesterday did. Yesterday felt like a WTF Wednesday as a lot of weird news came out. We learned that this little Tay character faked her own death. Well, I'm sorry. She said someone hacked her social media accounts and then staged her death. So we know she faked her own death, right? Or her parents did. Most likely her parents did. So I'd never even heard of her. Apparently she's one of these talentless YouTube creatures. Unlike me, I'm the only one with talent. Everyone else is talentless. I'm the one with talent, right? That's the way I think. But she's one of these talentless YouTube creatures that was like going around. She was like 9 years old and pretending to be a gangster rapper and driving cars that weren't hers. And everyone thought she was rich and she wasn't. It was all for clout. Everything's about clout. Don't call me right now, public partnerships. I'm doing the morning wrap-up. Anyway, so she had fallen off the map for a few years, apparently, and then this came out, and then everyone's talking about, oh my God, Lil Tay and her brother died somehow, and everyone's talking about them again, and voila, turns out she's fine, her brother's fine, no one died, and it just so happened someone hacked her social media account while she was in this pit of nothingness, social media-wise. She had fallen off the map, so, just randomly, somehow, her name gets, thrown back in the spotlight. Just the perfect timing for someone to hack her account and fake her death for her. So, seeing as most of us aren't, complete morons, and we know that this was an attempt by either, again, her or her parents, because if you let your 9-year-old do the things I saw clips of in the video with her, then I have to question your parenting ability. Whoever it was who decided that this was the way to get her back into the spotlight, right? This is like one step under the Kardashians' mom filming Kim's sex tape or orchestrating it for popularity. This is like right there. Maybe worse, right? You're faking a child's death. I mean, a sex tape's a sex tape. It's weird. It's weird your mom would do that, but it's sex. It's not death. Faking your child's death or having your child, who's now 14, I think, faking her death is the way to go. Just awful. I think these people who do this for clout, this is not the first time, right? It's not the first time someone has faked their own death or that they got beat up or something happened to them, right? This lady in Georgia who faked a kidnapping, people faking winning the lottery, stupid shit like that. We should all just put them on an island. All right? Lil Tay, this chick from Georgia, Jesse Smollett guy, anyone who fakes something, that's a serious thing. Put them on, if they're doing it for clout, put them on an island. We'll call it Clout Island. Like that UFC guy has Fight Island, Dana White has Fight Island. Put them on Clout Island. Since they need to be seen so bad that this is their only way, right? Like to do desperate measures like this. Put them all on an island together. Call it Clout Island. Have cameras everywhere so they can get all the FaceTime they want, all the recognition, all of they want from social media. Put them on Instagram, TikTok, all the different social media accounts. And then have it be the Hunger Games. Do it once a year. Put them on there. Have it be the Hunger Games. Have them all fight to the death. Only one winner. That winner gets I don't know. the top spotlight on TikTok for a year. Something dumb like that. And do it that way. And then you can have Phil Mickelson, which is the other crazy story that came out yesterday. You can have Phil Mickelson, who apparently has wagered, if you listen to this new book, over $1 billion during his golf career in betting. So don't tell me he wasn't compromised when he took the live golf money. And don't tell me, I don't want to hear from anyone, oh, but I'm sure he never bet on events he was in. You bet $1 billion in sports on your lifetime. You bet on every event you were in. And you did some shady things. Because we also learned he's about $100 million in gambling debt, which I'm surprised it's only that, given he's gambled $1 billion in his time. So he's about $100 million in debt. Don't ever tell me he didn't, shank a putt or, have an off day, on the last round of the Masters because it benefited him financially. If you're that in deep, you're in debt to some shit. DraftKings and FanDuel are not taking that much. I don't care if you're Phil Mickelson or Michael Jordan. They're not taking $100 million in debt for you. They're not vouching for that. So that means you got to go to some shady characters. You got to go to some people with last names like me. And, when you don't pay up, sometimes you got to do things or things get done to you, right? And I never saw Phil Mickelson walking around with a cast playing golf. I never saw him in a sling trying to hit trying to use a driver, hit it with one arm. So that tells me that he probably did whatever they told him to do. So it just shows you how these athletes can be compromised. But this is an exception. I mean, $1 billion he bet. I'm like the scene, Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday where he goes, I made every wrong mistake a man can make. I pissed away all my money. That's me. And I looked at that and said, God damn, Phil Mickelson, you got a problem. I'm betting on Women's World Cup games at 2 a.m., but you have a problem, Phil Mickelson. So that's bad. Anyway, he can gamble. That's why we can put his $100 million debt. He can gamble on one of the contestants on Clout Island. And then we can just, settle everything at once. It'll be awesome. It's a great idea, I think. It'll lead to a really good feel-good Friday. Bet on it. This is SDS. Hit me up, DraftKings. It's a great idea. This is SDS.